ever found a day to be dull and gloomy? How did you manage to cope with a dull day? Have you ever drawn inspiration from the nature? In today's lesson, we will see the unimaginable power the nature has. But before that, let me welcome you to my channel, Atoshi's Edulure English for All, and I am Atoshi, your English language trainer. Today's topic of discussion is a poetry named Dust of Snow, which is included in the 10th CBSE syllabus and is from the book First Flight. Before we get into the discussion, let us first learn the correct pronunciation of the word P-O-E-M. How do we pronounce it? Is it poem? The correct pronunciation is poem. We should pronounce it as poem. So the word P-O-E-M is pronounced as poem. Now initially you may find it awkward, but gradually you will get used to it. Now this poem is written by Robert Frost. Robert Frost is an American writer who has written a lot of poetries on nature. Some of his famous writings are Roads Not Taken, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, and Dust of Snow. Every poetry has got two different meanings. One is a literal meaning and the other one is a metaphorical meaning. Now here, what is the literal meaning and metaphorical meaning? Let us first understand the meaning of these two words. Literal meaning means when you read a poem, by reading the lines, whatever meaning you understand, that is the literal meaning. And metaphorical meaning means by reading the poem, after reading the poem, what the poet wants to convey, because every poem has got a message behind it, and this poem also has a message. Now the poem goes like this: the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Now there is one new word in it, that is rued. The meaning of the word rued is bitterly regret. When you regret, you understand what's regret. You regret for not doing something. So that is what is rued. I can frame a sentence like this: I rued for not completing my assignment. Now let us try to understand the scene that the poet is trying to create. It is a cold place, it is snowy, there is a hemlock tree, a crow sitting on one of the branches, and the poet was passing that way and he just thought to sit under the hemlock tree. The crow, which was sitting on the branch, shook its body and the dust here means the particles of snow that was present on the crow's body and on the branch fell on the poet, and that brought a change of mood and saved the poet's day. This is the literal meaning of the poem. Initially, the poet had a bad day. He was having a gloomy day instead. So he thought of sitting under the tree, and the dust of snow that fell on him brought a change in his mood. Let us see what the poet has mentioned here. The poet has mentioned a hemlock tree. Now why a hemlock tree? A hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. Why not the beautiful trees around us? Trees are, after all, a mighty creature that gives us life. He could have mentioned apple trees or oak tree. Why did he mention a hemlock tree? And he has mentioned a crow. Crow is a bird which generally symbolizes sorrow, death and gloominess. The reason behind the mentioning of hemlock tree and crow is that the poet wants to depict that he was surrounded by negativity. Despite of that, he drew positivity out of the nature. The poet wants to depict that things of little importance or things which has negative aspect of life can even bring happiness, can even motivate us. This is the metaphorical meaning of the poem, and it is very significant and has immense importance in our day-to-day life. We tend to get upset on small things, but we forget that nature has an immense power to heal us, and we can draw positivity from any small matter that is around us. Robert Frost, who is well known for his writings and has been drawing inspiration from the nature, wants his readers to do the same. Now coming to the figure of speech, the poetic devices, which are also called literary devices. These devices are the ornaments of a poem. They make the poem sound beautiful. Now let us see what are the literary devices used in this poem. First, we will look at the rhyming scheme. Rhyming scheme means the same sound at the end of the sentence. For example, here crow, snow, me, tree, heart, part, mood, root. So what's the rhyming scheme? The rhyming scheme is A, B, B, C, C and D, D. So the rhyming scheme is A, B, C, D, C, D. Right? Now the next one is alliteration. Alliteration means the same sound or same letter at the beginning of the word, words which are closely placed. Example, has given my heart. Now here has, her sound, heart, her sound. So same sound, same letters at the beginning of the words, and the words are placed in one line. Her sound, has, heart. So this is alliteration. The other alliteration is S and S. Saved some, sir sound. Same in the beginning of the word, and the words are placed together, close to each other. The next one is inversion. Now inversion means the change in the structure of the sentence. Now in the first paragraph, we can see the structure of the sentence has been changed. Now this is a poetic license that can be used only by the poets. Now why did the poet use the poetic license or inversion here? So as to make it rhyming. You can see the entire poem is rhyming. So he has used inversion in order to maintain the rhyming scheme. The next one is an assonance. Assonance means the vowel sound, the prominence of vowel sound throughout the line. For example, here. Shook, down, on. Shook, down, on. So there is a prominence of the vowel sound, O sound, throughout the line. Hence, this line goes under assonance. And the last one is enjambment. Enjambment means when the line continues to the next line. The sentence continues to the next line without any punctuation mark is called enjambment. Like in this poem, you can see the first line starts here and the entire poem ends here with a full stop at the end. Hence, this goes under enjambment. The further description and the important questions of this poem is described in the description box. You can keep following my channel for further updates, and yes, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Thanks for watching my video. If you like my video, then press the like button and share with your friends and family members. And don't forget to subscribe my channel by pressing the bell icon to get the latest updates.